Hello once again. We are back to Starfield. Let's play some more. Jemison. They're floating. I have to say, this is a very weird city. Let's do something stupid. Made it.
Hi there.
I have to say, New Atlantis is definitely not Bethesda's best city. It's very... how could I describe it? It's flat, even though it's very vertical, it's very flat and empty. I don't know, it's hard to place a finger on it, but something is just not quite right. If that makes sense. I don't know. although New Atlantis being not the best city is also contrasted against Tequila, which is very much an awesome city, in my opinion. And the other one is Neon, which is also a very cool city.
Most folk prefer the jetpack.
I don't know why its engines are on. It shouldn't be. So, interesting ship designs. That's what's that.
Please do not interfere with my tasks.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Don't spring for the extended warranty. You just won't need it.
That's very generous, Mr. Hope.
It's well earned, Bert. We set some ambitious quotas. You met every one.
Well, I won't pretend it was easy, but everyone pulled together and we got it done.
I'll let you share the good news. Whenever and however you like.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Those jackasses on Line A are gonna be the death of me. You missed the tour? Yeah, this is where it happens. Listen, I ain't exactly customer-facing, so just go on your way and neither of us will get in trouble.
How would I get you in trouble?
I don't have time for niceties or damned manners. I know one thing, how to ride these blockheads until we make something good.
Straight scoop. Marketing sucks.
You do? Well, I guess we'll see. So here is the factory floor, where you get to see me wrangle a bunch of morons into, oh, I don't know, doing their damn job.
Must be the boss then.
No, this is a Ron Hope joint, and you'd be wise to remember that. Mr. Hope built all of this, made this whole area more than some 2-credit agri-plot. If you want to ask questions, make it quick. We got a tight delivery coming up.
Does she run the whole floor?
Every rivet, every piece of plating goes through my team. If you've got a Hope Tech ship, it means I've crawled through every inch of her at least once.
Working conditions are intense.
This ain't no highfalutin New Atlantis desk job where everyone gets their after-bleeding noon tea. This is Polvo. We work for a living. If you think this is tough, you try farming in the tundra. Believe me, these blockheads got it good.
What's the deal with Ron Hope?
Polvo was just some nowhere dead-ender until Ron Hope had a dream. Let's build sturdy, dependable ships. No nonsense, none of that damn Tayo glitz and glamour. Just a ship that flies right and will get you where you need going. Ron Hope's a goddamned hero. Yeah, bye already. Enjoy your visit to Hope Tech.
Something more you need, Deputy? Good to see you again. Well, I've just received a report from the Marshal about your progress. He said you had a promising lead on the mercenaries who stole my ship. I trust you're here with good news?
learned something very interesting.
Did you now? Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Is there something you want to tell me about hiring the first?
No. And I don't care for the insinuation.
I ain't insinuating.
Oh, the same Paxton Hull who was court-martialed during the Colony War? Well, I've never met the man, and I can't imagine why he'd make an accusation against me.
Do you deny that you were involved?
Don't presume to question me. You know who I am.
I have the evidence right here.
That two-faced bastard kept the slate. Oh, I suppose this is his revenge against the Council of Governors for what happened during the war. I'm impressed, Deputy. It's clear you have a bright future ahead of you.
What's going on? What is this about, Mr. Hope?
Nothing that concerns you, Birgit. In fact, why don't you make yourself scarce?
I think I'd like to hear what the deputy has to say.
I want all the details before I nail you.
Just hear me out, and you'll see. I had a good reason for what I did. The truth is, we've been falling behind the competition. Significantly so. We needed solutions. A few years ago, I began to diversify. We started to research chemicals, fuel, those sort of things. We developed an experimental fertilizer. And it failed utterly. It wiped out entire crops. I was prepared to write the whole thing off when we made a discovery that changed everything. Turns out, our fertilizer was transforming the soil, bolstering its mineral content tenfold.
The fertilizer destroyed crops.
Not all at once, of course, but we could never find anything that would grow in it. Eventually, everything we tried to plant failed and died.
Go on.
We donated the fertilizer to select homesteads and let the farmers do the work. And when the time was right, we cleared the farm and brought in machinery to harvest the mineral-rich soil. The reduction in labor and materials costs sent my profits soaring.
You tricked them into poisoning their own land for your benefit.
I have a business to run. I can't afford to spend a credit more than I absolutely have to, Mr. Coe.
How could you possibly justify this?
Look around you. Everyone in this building, in this town, is depending on me. I provide the jobs that put food on their tables, clothes on their backs, and roofs over their heads. The fact is, the business hasn't been doing well lately. Without drastic action, cuts would become unavoidable. These people work hard for me, and they trust me to do the same in return. I cannot, I will not let them down.
You used the first to seize the farmland and keep your operation secret.
I never intended for anyone to be hurt. I told Hull to buy the land, not take it by force. Unfortunately, farmers can be stubborn folk. And I couldn't risk any witnesses.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How could you do something so awful to innocent people, to families?
Not another word out of you, Birgit! I can take your job. And more. We'll discuss this later. In any case, I suppose the gig is up. I give you my word that I'll call off the operation and return the land to its rightful owners.
What about them?
You're right, of course. Something must be done. I'll set up a fund to handle funeral expenses and take care of any surviving family members. We'll do this the right way. I give you my word.
That's not enough.
You're right. Yeah, those families deserve to be compensated for the inconvenience. Well, perhaps a discount on their next purchase from Hoptech.
A coupon? I can't believe this guy.
With that resolved, let's talk about you. As a member of the Council of Governors, I'm authorized to award you a substantial bonus. And of course, we'll both agree to forget about my little cost-cutting endeavor.
Were you trying to buy me off?
Did I not make myself clear? I'm offering you a reward for a job well done. Nothing more. And with that job so capably done, we'll consider the matter closed. I'll be needing that slate from Major Hung, of course.
Sounds like you're trying to bribe a ranger. You're going to turn yourself in, and I'll be telling the Marshal everything.
Well, let's not be too hasty, Deputy. There's something else you need to consider. I'll do what's necessary to protect my company and my employees. If you tell anyone about this, you're risking their livelihoods. Do you really want to put all these people out of work and make their families suffer?
Like you made those farmers suffer.
But on a much larger scale. Yes.
Here's the irony. Someone else will take over your company. Hopefully they won't fuck it up as much as you did, clearly. I'm willing to accept collateral damage if it means making you pay.
I have to admit, I admire that uncompromising attitude. You've made your position clear, Deputy. Now, it's my turn.
Do a dumb thing.
I'll make myself very plain. I won't let you jeopardize my reputation, this company, or the people who work for me. If that means you suffer an unfortunate incident at the hands of my security personnel, so be it. I'm important. You're nothing.
You're not actually threatening to attack a Freestar Ranger, are you?
Careful. I think he means business.
If you refuse to come quietly, I'll have to use force.
You just threatened a member of the Council of Governors. On my authority, you're stripped of rank, declared an outlaw. Guards! Dispose of this criminal!
Go! Looting the dead ain't glamorous, but it sure is profitable.
Guns and ammo. He could have surrendered, but no! He had a stick up his ass.
He tried to have you killed. I don't understand. Mr. Hope always seemed like such a good person. But everything he said about the farmers and hiring those mercenaries, it was so awful.
Are you alright?
I'm just a little in shock. I'm still not sure I understand what happened. A conspiracy to steal farmland? It's just so hard to believe. That's not the Ron Hope I know.
Hope was a greedy bastard who put on a friendly face.
No, you're wrong. That's not all he was. He always looked out for us, for his employees.
Doesn't justify what he did.
No, of course not. But there was more to him than that. He had a genuinely good side, a caring side. And now he's... you. You killed him.
In self-defense. I didn't want to. He opened fire first.
Nobody should ever want that. Especially when it means killing someone who meant so much to so many people. What happens to us now?
It must be a second in command, right?
That would be Elana. Elana Nwankwo. She seems pretty capable. Maybe we'll be okay after all. I guess we'll have to figure things out. Find a path forward.
There's a lot of smart, hard-working people here. You'll figure it out.
Make your questions snappy. Sure, it was a pleasure and all that bullshit to talk with you.
Please proceed with caution.
Keep an eye on your valuables. If you can't protect your own, you don't belong here.
Welcome to Hope Tech. How may I help you?
We'd be dust except for the factory. Off-worlders. Nothing good ever comes from them.
I wonder how much of a rollicking I'm going to get for having shot him. After all, he was a member of the council. Ah, well. No use crying over spilled milk.
Inaya handles sales. You only see us if you hit a snag with credit approvals, or if you need a non-standard invoice.
Yes? Pardon. I hope you're having a great visit to Hoptech.
Well, it was, but then your boss decided he was going to open fire instead of surrender. The irony being, chances are, had he surrendered, he probably would have gotten off scot-free anyway. But no, he had to open fire. Ah well.
Just keep it holstered, and we'll get along fine.
Workers like to play hard here. Deserve it.
Folks from all over the Freestar Collective come here looking for work. Not usually. Local security handles most of their issues. Every once in a while, though, we need access to sensitive information as part of our work. Badge or not, some folks aren't fond of letting us poke around in their books and personnel files. Honestly, though, it's not that common. Most people are willing to work with us because they know it's in everyone's best interest. Think of it as a small picture, big picture proposition. The small picture is local trouble, things that happen here in Hopetown. Handling that is local security's job. We Rangers protect the entire Freestar Collective, so we deal with problems that span multiple worlds. Smuggling rings, escaped convicts, pirates preying on shipping. Those are the kind of things we handle. That's why there are Rangers stationed in different settlements. It lets us cast a wide net. Bye.
Didn't seem to care. Right. Let's head back to Cheyenne. Back to Aquila City.
Looks like organics aren't going to be a problem here.
Used to be an actuary. Now look at me.
Well, the marshal's either going to be pleased or pissed. I don't know which.
You have a nice day now.
Either I'll be getting a promotion to be a full ranger, or I'm going to get fired and asked not to come back.
Deputy. We got a lot of bars in the city, all class joints. Well, except Aggie's.
You're back. Good to see you back safe, Deputy. What's the word on the mech factory? Were the mercenaries hiding out there?
Your guess was right on the money. It was their base. Yeah, but it's more like a mass grave now. Fucking hell, that's savage. It was their hideout, but I took care of them. Your guess was right.
I take it that they weren't too much trouble for you, given that you're standing here. Did you find out why the First was taking over farms?
It was a scheme by that greedy bastard Ron Hope.
Wait, you're saying it was Ron Hope who hired the First?
Are you really that surprised? Hope's always had a reputation as a man who'd do anything to succeed.
He's on the damn council, Emma.
So he can make laws favorable to his business interests. Sure, he's known to look after his people, but do you really think he gives a damn about some farmers on Montara Luna?
Did Hope explain his motives at all?
he was on the council. He ain't gonna be doing that anymore. He supplied the farmers with experimental fertilizer. It boosted the soil's mineral count, but killed the crops.
That has a familiar ring to it.
I recall hearing about some Hope Tech initiative to help farmers. At the time, I just figured it was a PR stunt. Seems a little more sinister now.
Please, tell me you've got some evidence to back up these extraordinary claims.
My word isn't good enough?
Are you seriously asking me that?
Yes. These are Hope's instructions to Paxton Hull.
All right, let's see what you've got. Interesting. Yeah, this is pretty damning. Especially this last bit about destroying the slate. And you confronted Hope about this?
I'd hoped he would turn himself in, but he wouldn't go down without a fight.
Sounds like his pride got the best of him. Damn. This is going to send shockwaves throughout the Free Star Collective. If the people can't trust their leaders, anarchy could follow.
Have a little faith, Daniel. We're not the United Colonies. One bad apple won't spoil the whole damn barrel.
Hopefully.
Easy for you to say. You ain't the marshal.
Not yet, but you ain't gonna live forever, old man.
While we've got you here, there's one last piece of business to take care of. Emma, would you please?
With pleasure, Marshal. When you first joined us, I told you that you'd undergo an evaluation process. There's one thing left to do. A simple question. Do you feel ready to wear the badge of a full-fledged Free Star Ranger?
It would be an honor.
Good. Duty and honor are the backbone of the Free Star Rangers. Marshal, I approve the deputy for advancement to the rank of Ranger.
Thank you, Ranger Wilcox. In your time serving as a deputy, you've shown exceptional courage, fearless tenacity, and a high regard for the safety of our citizens. By the authority granted to me by the Council of Governors, I hereby promote you to the rank of Ranger. Here's your badge. Wear it with pride. But don't forget the solemn responsibility it represents.
Congratulations. You truly deserve it.
I strive to be worthy of the title.
I know you will, Ranger. Let's hear it for our new Ranger.
Well done. Beautiful.
Congratulations!
As a full-fledged Three-Star Ranger, you have been granted your very own Star Eagle class ship with no registration fee required. Sweet.
Congratulations. The promotion's well earned.
Oh, I got me a load of gear. Oh, wow. Oh, that looks dope. It's like a duster but a spacesuit. I kind of love it. I don't particularly like the helmet. It's not the worst, but I don't know. It's not. How did it look? See, it's not terrible, but like that's better, and that's better. Fucking hell. Go with that.
Something you need from me?
Helga says I spend too much
You
time
get that
at my
report
temple.
from Autumn yet?
He's probably right.
Wanna guess?
Can't say I'm surprised. Paperwork ain't exactly her strong suit.
Neither is following the rules. I'm starting to wonder if we made a mistake bringing her on.
Nah, I don't believe that. She's got good instincts, she's fearless, and she's got important contacts in the underworld. She's just a little rough around the edges.
If you mean willful, headstrong, reckless, and unconcerned with policies and procedures, then yeah, I'll agree with you.
She's a diamond in the rough, Emma. I'm counting on you to polish her up.
I'll do what I can, but I might need a raise.
Late one night, Annie Wilcox tried to
You
arrest
and
me
me
for public
both.
indecency. She'll be a terror when she grows up.
Excuse me. Be safe out there.
Keep up the good work.
Welcome to the Rock, I guess. Well, aren't you a keen one? You've been hitting the Ranger mission board. Hard. I gotta ask why. Most of our newly joined aren't so damn eager.
Good paying work if you can handle it.
And you do it with a certain flair.
Nothing wrong with earning a paycheck.
Just so you know, every post on the board was penned by yours truly. We caught a break. Seems some of your missions are related. A puppet master type by the name of Tawny Adams was pulling the strings. And your work is flushed around. I figure, since you did the hard work already, you deserve the honors of dealing with her for good.
Is taking Tawny out an honor?
Tawny Adams is a crime boss, medium level. Rewards for dealing with her type are lucrative. And also, putting people like her down is the fastest way to reduce crime. Rangers have been known to fight for assignments like this.
Sounds like putting her down will make the galaxy a safer place.
That's the hope of officers of the law everywhere. She'll have company, so armor up, gear up, and probably bring a friend. I'd wish you good luck, but I expect luck's got nothing to do with it.
I'm grateful to have a little more help around here.
A lot of famous people visit Aquila. Popping back a beer, you never know who.
all kinds in here. Rangers, traders, locals, tourists. They all come to me for supplies. Everyone needs supplies. Suppose that's a good thing. Well, all kinds of things. What are you looking for?
That'll do.
Hey, you got a problem with me, just say it.
Be careful. Simple fall ain't so simple in high gravity.
No, I don't got a problem. I'm just the messenger here.
Yeah? Then change the message.
Damn. Well, I'm definitely not going after that. Fuck me. That was a lot of targets. Christ. Oh, now I've got to buy a hat again.
You didn't hear this from me. Those who lived in
Everyone needs supplies. Take a gander.
Outlaws, I don't do payment plans or... You seem all right. Here's my selection. Hello.
Just feel those G's. Good times.
Hello. Good day, Captain. Am I currently in possession of an item you require? I will await your next order. Here.
Let's have a look at that new ship. Star Eagle. Ah, right. Tell, are they rearward firing missile pods? It's not a terrible idea if you get an enemy on your tail. Just dump a load of missiles in their face. But I think I can upgrade the Frontier again.
Astra are sometimes spotted by the farms.
Because there are 2 weapon mounts. under the like belly of the aircraft. Ship. I don't know, is it an aircraft or is it a ship? Because it does in that mode work as well.
Sarah Filburn and her brother-in-law Henry were going at it again. I had to tell them to keep the racket down.
Oh, this is just a co-estate. See, I thought the co-estate would, you know, be like an outside the city limits estate that was in its own little walled off, like, I don't know, farm, I was guessing.
Well, well. Sam Coe finally decides to darken our doorstep again.
You know why I'm here.
Oh? And what's that? You come to your senses? Realize where you ought to be for once?
I ain't asking again.
You ain't asked once. Let's hear it. I want you to say the words about what's more important to you than family.
Okay, this was a mistake.
The only mistake I'm seeing here is you. Bringing your Constellation lackey here instead of my granddaughter. Come to help Sam loot his ancestry? You're not getting those maps. Full stop.
Sammy's kind of got a point. You should have brought your daughter. It would have at least, you know, placated him.
There's only one place a Coe ought to be. And it ain't out there in the Starfield doing Lord knows what. Putting our future at risk.
I got just as much right to those maps as anyone else in this family.
That's exactly right, Sam. We all share Solomon's legacy. Only some of us are around to live up to it, and some of us aren't.
All right, that's enough. Come on, let's you and I talk. In private.
Welcome home, Sam. Make your visit short, okay? It's what you do.
I'm up for a little adventure.
Jacob, I know that you're out of the game, but we could really use some help. Usage group. I've seen that. It was in the tower. Oh, at least he's got a fully stocked fridge. Half the places I walk into, it's like their fridge has maybe 2 things in it total. It's like, that makes 0 sense.
Coes have been in government for generations, making sure the Freestar Collective is run the right way. But getting said government to do anything worthwhile is like herding Ashta. Takes perseverance, compromise, and above all, respect. You try to groom your successors, but wisdom's often wasted on the young.
Was that a subtle dig, Jacob?
It wasn't meant to be subtle, son.
What did you do in the government?
What didn't I do? I had quite a long career. I mainly made my name keeping credits and trade flowing. Never dull. Always a million fires need putting out.
Sam's work with Constellation helps everyone, Aquila City included.
Jeez. More of that Constellation nonsense? We got plenty of real-world, immediate problems. You explorers are a luxury we cannot afford.
Ever heard of a certain Solomon Coe? Renowned explorer? He'd be spinning in his grave.
Solomon built something. He'd want his kin to protect it, not abandon it in its hour of need. I've had enough of you and your worthless Constellation friends. Show yourself out.
Are you proud of your family's legacy?
Of course. Of course. Solomon Coe was a great man, no doubt about it. If it weren't for him, there'd be no Aquila City and probably no Freestar Collective either. And of course, the name comes with certain benefits around town, if you catch my meaning. I never turned down a free drink in Solomon's honor. Should it come my way.
Do you feel pressure to live up to Solomon Coe's accomplishments?
Hell no. I've got no control over the actions of those who came before me, and I don't feel beholden to them either. Solomon was a true pioneer and a risk-taker. I respect that. But I'm not him. I'm a man who appreciates the simpler joys in life. I'm no thrill-seeker, and I don't feel like I need to make my mark on the world. A highball of good whiskey, and a sunset to watch it with, it's all the accomplishment I need. I got things to do, too.
Give me a sec. All right, let's talk options.
You need a minute? Want to talk about what just happened?
No, I don't. It's been a while, but this is how it goes, every time.
You mentioned his granddaughter. Maybe Cora could help.
No. I mean, this is no place for her, okay? The less time she spends with Jacob, the better.
This is about her and Jacob getting along, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I said before, they're thick as thieves. Can you imagine what that bitter old mule would do to her head if she hung around more?
You didn't mind her coming all this way?
I made a decision a long time ago about how my little girl gets raised. And it doesn't include Jacob Coe, okay? Leave it at that.
Fine, we'll think of something else.
I'd appreciate that.
I could speak to him.
You're flying in the face of my 30-plus years experience with the man, but all right. I hope you like arguing.
What are the options? Ask Cora for help, talk to Jacob, and have Sam distract him.
What do you want, Constellation?
What's your problem with Constellation anyway?
You mean besides the fact that you're some independent group that doesn't know where your loyalties lie? Or are you referring to the fact that my granddaughter lives in your clubhouse rather than in her family home?
Be reasonable, we need those maps. I'm surprised there isn't an option that says 3-star ranger.
Well, that's not your decision, is it? It's co-property by birthright. It stays here.
Constellation just wants to follow up on Solomon's work.
You really believe that, don't you?
Sam is living up to Solomon's legacy in his own way, exploring space.
Solomon did more than just take off when it suited him. He built things, inspired others.
Oh. Yes, an option. I'm not just part of Constellation, I'm from the 3-star collective myself.
I suppose that does make me feel a bit better. Can't believe I'm saying this. But if it'll get you out of my hair, then fine. You can have the maps. They're in the other room, here. Key.
It's an old school map.
Alright, let's see if we can find the empty nest. Alright, let me think. The way I heard it, the readings he was getting were normal at first, then they bottomed out. And no creature, alien or otherwise, would dare step inside. There. Found it. Oh boy. That's a problem.
Whatever it is, we can handle it.
Well, you ain't wrong. But let's take a look at what we're up against. First, it's in the middle of the frontier, which we already expected. No problems there, but the usual tussling with alien wildlife. But the empty nest is a cave right in the middle of Shaw Gang territory. Same outlaws who held up Galbank.
How are they surviving outside the walls?
Criminal groups in Aquila always find a way. But they usually have to keep on the move to avoid the Ashta. Well, it could just be a coincidence if the cave we want happens to be where the Shaw Gang runs around. But something doesn't feel right.
Bringing outlaws to justice sounds like fine work.
Well, just remember, it's about the artifact, not them. Hurting bad guys puts a smile on your face, that's a bonus. Let's get to that cave.
Us co's have been in government for generations. Getting said government to do anything takes perseverance.
Was that a subtle dig, Jacob?
It wasn't meant to be so.
Sounds like you had quite the career.
I did my part, and then some. Back in my day, we tackled some whoppers. The colony wars damn near wrecked our economy. Took years of dedicated work, every day wondering if the whole financial system was gonna crater on our watch. But we got it done. Damn near had a nervous breakdown. Best years of my life.
How bad was the colony war?
Never forget that it was the United Colonies' greed that started it all. So many terrors unleashed on the galaxy, and for what? Piles of dead? And it almost set us back centuries. Anyone trying to sell you that there's glory in war has never lived through one of them.
I'm surprised you enjoyed it.
Nothing worthwhile comes easy. It's the stuff that almost kills you. That makes you feel like you really lived. Well, I doubt you came to hear me wax poetic.
What do you need?
I guess it was nice talking with you.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts everywhere. There were so many facilities abandoned after the Colony War. The pirates used them as forward operating bases, all over the settled systems.
Are you that newcomer saying, Mr. Crowley? He owes you a beer. Heck, a whole keg.
Let's see if you can get any vid reception. I'm missing my stories. damned. Day. What do we got?
Gunfire.
All right, this is Shaw Gang territory, and they're usually not willing to talk. Be ready. I knew quite a few smugglers back in the day. They know how to party. Us, right?
Look at me, though.
homesteaders complaints. I've been hearing rumblings about ranchers and homesteaders around these parts complaining about their getting harassed about their land. Now, I'm not saying we couldn't be doing this ourselves. It'd be slim pickings if you ask me. What I am saying, if we're not doing it, we better be making sure it isn't coming back on us.
All different types of smugglers. Some ain't half bad, some ain't much better than Crimson Fleet.
Welcome to our little camp. It doesn't look like much, but I know you'll find a place for yourself here. It certainly beats living under the thumb of the Freestar guards. Plus the Ashta don't come around here, so outside of Aquila this might be the safest place on the planet. Join me for a drink when I get back.
Smugglers have been known to defend their turf hard, so let's not get too careless. Better we get it than someone else.
Congratulations, you have noticed our fridge is empty. You must be very thirsty in the dry Aquila heat. I know I am, and I'm sure your friends are too. The task set before you is now to go into town and get some more beer. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Now go.
Looks like a smuggler den. Warren nest, or whatever you call it. Smugglers are near.
Broken everything. This unit has saved us very well, yet the time has come for us to admit that without a few new parts, our repairs are not going to last. If we want this to work more than a few days at a time, I'm going to need a new deformable nozzle, at least a functional reactive gauge, and some isotopic coolant to refresh the system. It's not much to ask for all of us, and for this loyal unit, please find these parts.
cave like this, be perfect. You want me to carry something for you? Guess we're done.
You picked the wrong fight.
Company!
You're nothing.
You make that look too damn easy. Cora was big into rock collecting when she was 8. Not so much anymore. Might be able to break out those mining skills in a cave like this. Show me what you got. You've done this before, right? Care to do the honors? Please drop some of that. I'm leaving. Watching you. Let's get going. Caves can be a real good place to hole up.
I think that's far enough. Hate to put a hole in the head of Akila's own prodigal son. Least not before we've had a word.
You must be Shaw.
What I am is disappointed. Samco in the flesh, and he's peddling around the frontier with the has-beens of Constellation. Now you got past my crew, who I'd pay quite handsomely, I might add. Grabbed something from that weird cave. Probably whatever's been keeping the Ashta away. So, I'm down one hideout. Now, let's talk about what all that's worth to me. Your lives, your credits. One or the other, really.
We're not cutting any deals with you.
Kill them! Damn it! Just shoot everything!
Wise to be in my way.
Hope you don't mind, I'll let you skin that one. Given everything I've dealt with, smugglers just don't scare me.
We're in one piece. I'll call that good. Let's get back to the launch.
Should we warn them about the Ashta? We got a big old sign. Danger. If they open up the gate and go out there, it's on their own head. But if they're far afield, they got no idea what they're in for. You want to warn them? You know I don't like talking to strangers. Then you chose a hell of a profession.
Won't lie. I might have what you need. So long.
Aquila's one of the oldest cities in the settled systems.
I think you'll find that. Here's what I have in stock right now. Every gun gets a right away. I'm pleased you chose to visit. Let's get you set up.
I heard Mr. Wright's gonna be looking for an apprentice soon.
Robotech's a peach of a job.
Can you get certified in time?
Shouldn't be a problem. You sure he doesn't have someone in mind already?
He might, but you're an hard worker, smart. All you need is an interview, and I know he'll hire you.
Thanks.
Without the robots, Filburn's farms wouldn't work. Ashton would kill any humans working in fields.
You ask me? Traveling in Freestar collective space without a reliable sidearm. I don't do payment plans or... Just so you know.
Day.
What? It's coming and going all the time.
Captain Douglas, do you require my assistance?
Dad, have you ever tried Aurora?
Well, not in a long time, sweetheart. Not since you...
What was it like?
Terrible. Terrible. It was terrible. You stay away from that stuff, Cora. Trust me. It's the worst.
I don't believe him.
Life in all its many-colored glory.
Hello, Captain. I will accept any and all items. Let me know if I can be of assistance in the future.
Ron Hope was a real piece of... Despicable is too kind a word. He held innocent people with little regard, treating their lives like numbers on a balance sheet. It's an absolute disgrace.
What do you mean?
Are you really going to make me remind you what that man did to those farmers on Montara Luna? How he sent Paxton Hull and the First to murder them and steal their land so he could use it for his own ill-gotten gains? How could you forget something like that?
Couldn't agree more.
I'm relieved to hear you say that. Letting him off the hook would have been a terrible injustice. While that's true, it certainly doesn't excuse the blood that he has on his hands. Some of them will, and some of them won't. What happens to them isn't your fault. It's Ron Hope's. Well, I think I've lectured you enough. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me. Hey. Have something for me? Time to go?
How have you been?
Let's get that artifact. If you're looking for something in... Goodbye. Hey, we're back. Newest member of our little family really pulled through for us.
Is anyone hurt? You didn't let Cora handle the artifact, did you? We don't know what effects it might have on someone her age.
Relax, we're fine. Go ahead. Time for that artifact to meet its siblings. Just, what are we building here?
I haven't picked up any kind of frequency or signal coming from it.
That doesn't mean much. This thing could be emitting something we can't even detect. As far as we know, we could be building a gigantic bomb that will blow up as soon as we finish it. Or maybe it's some kind of interstellar children's toy.
Why would either of those things give the Discoverer visions and music? It's a message. I'm sure of it.
We just have to hope that finding more of the pieces will give us some clue.
I hear that. Moving forward sometimes means fumbling around in the dark. I think Cora and I can use some downtime, but you let me know if you ever want to team up again. Oh, and since it tends to come up, me and my Rugrat co-pilot work as a team. That's non-negotiable. If I'm coming with, that means Cora's on your ship. Likewise, you know where to find us.
Hello there.
It's been quieter around here ever since Vladimir went to live on the Eye full-time.
Lately, I find myself spending more and more time here. Business has appealed to me, but this is exciting.
something to be said for brand loyalty. Just by only the finest.
Happy to make a deal. You need stuff, I need credits. Take the boots to the den. Take your time. Watch your back out there.
As a track ranger,
the Trade Authority has access to good... Be my guest. The Trade Authority appreciates your visit.
If my ship goes long again, my girl is gonna...
going to say there's a mission that involves going out that way at some point now. If that door required a key.
Books. Yes. Do you have more books, or can you buy me more books? With real pages, a spine, the whole package. My book allowance is all gone and Dad won't get me more. So, books?
Hey, don't let her con you out of more credits. Her book allowance damn near bankrupted me.
Dad, this is between us.
What sort of books are you into?
I like books about quantum theory and astrophysics. Or science. Or horses. Did you know that it wasn't until after the Industrial Revolution that horse speed was the maximum civilization speed for centuries? All of society was built upon horses. Imagine what they must have looked like for real. They look smelly, in a good way. Oh, Dad, you've made the best friend ever.
Well, now you done it. Now you can get pestered about books nonstop.
Yeah, a small price to pay for my education. Now the important question. Pizza. Favorite topping? And please don't say cheese. Dad loves boring old cheese.
Meat.
Did you hear that, Dad? Meat! We have you outnumbered!
We could always get one of each.
No, you lose. I have decided that I will stay. You have the Cora stamp of approval. I, seem to have left my stamp back on Dad's ship, but imagine it there, on your arm. Cora approves.
I hope Cora doesn't get too much underfoot.
Oh, you can't stand in it. It's a shame.
Landing initiated. Watch your flaring.
I'm listening. Always. Point the...
Can't even imagine to tell you the number of inhospitable worlds like these that I've visited.
I hope we find a use for that before it spoils. I'm going to watch our six. Last thing we want is to be ambushed by pirates while we're here. I have something I need to discuss with you. You're carrying too many odds and ends. There's something I need to talk to you about. Can I help? I have an important personal decision to make, but I need to discuss something with you first. No, not at all. This is something that's been weighing on my mind for a long time. I was hoping if I talked about it with you, I could get your opinion. That's all.
If it will help you decide, I'm here to listen.
Phew, thank you. So, where to start? Before I was with the Navigator Corps, I was career military, part of the United Colonies Navy. When the Colony War broke out, I was posted as the chief navigator on a warship, the Dauntless.
It's pretty close to a captain, right?
In my case, I was third in command, which has a lot to do with the story. There was a particularly bloody battle. We were fighting over a world in the Eta Cassiopeia system. Worst fighting I'd ever seen. We lost 12 ships that day. 12. Including my own.
Why the Cassiopeia system?
Economic reasons. Several of the worlds in the Cassiopeia system were mineral rich. Both sides wanted to drop refinery outposts on the surface to bolster their supply.
Hundreds of lives must have been lost.
I'm well aware how many lives were lost. Now let me finish. The ship was barely intact. The captain and first mate died the previous day, which put me in command. A shrewd captain would have called for the crew to abandon ship. But I was so angry. I wanted to stay. I needed to fight. The Dauntless was a tough little ship. No shields and the hull was breached, but it still had power. And weapons. That's why I remained in the battle. Huge mistake. I believe you. But you haven't heard the worst of this. We fought for hours, but the damage was fatal. I gave the order to abandon ship and the crew piled into the escape shuttle. As the shuttle launched, I could see it was damaged. I heard screams before the radio cut. The last thing I saw, they were spiraling helplessly towards the planet's surface. There was nothing I could do.
Why weren't you on the shuttle with them?
It was my duty as acting captain to be the last person to leave the Dauntless. We had more than one escape shuttle available. So, I elected to wait until they were safe.
The ship was too gone to save?
The ship barely had enough power for comms and life support. All I could do was watch them die.
Sorry you had to go through that.
You're sorry. For me, if I hadn't been so stubborn, so eager to prove that I could handle command, my crew would have had more time to escape.
What did your superiors say about your actions?
My superiors? When the dust settled, the United Colonies gave me a medal. Can you believe that? A damn medal. I never even had a chance to find the shuttle wreckage and give my crew a proper burial.
How did you get off the Dauntless?
After I checked every section of the ship for wounded crew, I took the other escape shuttle. If I hadn't, I would have died. The Dauntless came apart minutes after I escaped.
At least you're still alive to honor their legacy.
That's true. But still, it doesn't erase the real issue here. You once told me that the military might not have been my calling. You don't know how right you were. Don't you get it? Everything I do, everything I touch, somehow falls apart. That's why I'm worried about us.
Worried about us?
Look, it's clear the two of us are becoming more than partners. We're becoming close friends. Even though I've pushed people away in the past, I feel different when I'm around you. I feel safer, comfortable, not afraid to admit who I am. I'm terrified I'm going to screw that up.
Can't get rid of me that easily.
All this nonsense and you still have faith, eh? You really care about me, don't you?
Nothing can get in the way of our friendship.
I feel exactly the same way. Phew. I didn't think that would be so draining. Thank you for being there, for listening to me when I needed it the most. I'll never forget this. I promise. Why are you bothering to carry all that junk?
Listen, I realise we're kind of known for being badasses and all, but seriously, clean up after yourselves. No. We've scored the perfect spot on Vessel 3, a little outpost where a bunch of bookworms spent their time doing who knows what. Best part is it's completely unguarded. Take care of anyone there and we've got ourselves a scheduled spot to do whatever we need without anyone finding out. Easy job, don't screw this up. Oh.
no certainty to the universe at all. Once you really start getting out there, the laws of physics kind of turn into suggestions.
You're pulling my leg again, right? What's the weirdest thing you've seen? No exaggerations this time.
Let me think. Unicorn. Not kidding.
Wait. The mythical mare with the magic horn thing? Come on. Was King Arthur riding on it too?
Okay, it was more of an extremophile in the vague shape of a horse. But my point still stands. You need an open mind out there. You go into the far reaches of space too tightly wound, the brain is just gonna pop like a soda can.
For God's sake, drop some of that rubbish already.
Holy shit. You actually found me.
I wish I could say this is the first time this has happened with Barrett. But, well, it isn't.
Well, this is turning into a regular Constellation party, isn't it? I should have brought drinks.
Are you friends with the pirate?
Matsura the Grim here and I actually have a lot in common.
Both escape artists. Being captured by Sistef myself, plenty of times.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Relativity. We're all just creatures of the universe, trying to get away from what's after us.
Yes. I don't know why, but yes.
Well, you didn't need to worry too much. Matsura the Grim here is actually a wonderful host.
No reason captivity should be unpleasant.
See, that's what I mean, Matsura. Real considerate.
I have enjoyed our time together, Barrett. But I can't just let you go with nothing to show for it. Is Constellation willing to pay ransom in exchange for this man's freedom? You want me to end all this with nothing to show for it? All the more reason I need to make sure I'm compensated. I'm afraid that's not an option. I'm ready when you are. Enough! I must insist on payment for Barrett's release.
We do have some insurance set aside for this exact problem.
Does that mean you'll be paying me, Miss...
We don't need to be introduced. Here's your money. And we would appreciate it if you could spread the word in the Crimson Fleet that Barrett shouldn't be harassed. It's not working out for any of us.
That's a fair point.
Do what you can.
See you around.
I'm not gonna pay. rivet gun.
Holy shit.
I wish I could say this is the...
Well, this... Matsura the Grim here and I actually have a lot in common.
Both escape artists. Being captured by Sistef myself.
See, that's what I'm... Well, you didn't...
No reason, Cap...
See, that's what
I have enjoyed that. Is constantly... You want me to end all this with nothing to show for it?
Clearly get along with him, you're friends.
He has been more entertaining than most hostages. You don't know what you're talking about. He does seem to be unusually skilled in that area. Barrett has some good friends, it seems. Very well. You're all free to go.
It's been a real pleasure, Matsura. Really. And good luck out there with all the, you know, hurting people and taking their money.
What is it?
Matsura is in charge.
You're lucky the boss is so generous.
Got nothing to say to you. Matsura's in charge.
So, back to the lodge? Okay.
Something you might be interested in.
Hello.
After this, you're kind of a pirate aficionado.
Who was that?
Too soon?
Who was that pirate?
Matsura the Grim? Honestly, a pretty nice guy as far as pirates go. Think I butted heads with his mentor once years back. Had the same kind of surprisingly hospitable vibe.
We were just laughing it up the whole time.
Hey, you're underselling my harrowing escape from certain doom here. A little charm goes a long way when the knives are out.
I'm in Constellation now. Did you know I ended up joining?
Honestly, I was kind of rolling the dice with you. But hey, sometimes a bet pays off.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Yes?
So what about your artifact?
I think about it a lot. There's so many possibilities. Some wonderful, some terrifying. I'm not a fearful man, but I am just a man. And I'm keenly aware that this artifact could change my life. Or end it.
What did you see when you picked yours up?
Well, when I picked it up, I had no idea what it was. I knew it was something spectacular, though. I saw a vision. Flashing lights, the whole shebang.
What do you think the visions mean?
they certainly mean something, because not everyone who touches the artifacts sees them. My first instinct was it was a message of some kind, like the Voyager records. Communication from a higher life form reaching out blindly into space. But now I'm wondering if the vision wasn't just sensory. My new theory is something's changed in us physiologically. As in, not just a message from beyond, but a delivery.
Where did you find your artifact?
On Bendy? No, wait. It was Kazal. I can feel Lynn's admonishing stare boring a hole in my back. She's not actually standing behind me, is she? Well, point is, my story's probably a lot like yours. We dug a pit, found some really wonky readings, and followed them to the artifact. Sure. Like what? Let's see. I've been in Constellation for a long time, as you know. I enjoy cheese, my work, and long walks on unexplored planets. What else did you want to know about? Anytime. Alrighty.
Glad to see you're back in one piece. Welcome back. I'll see you later.
Hey, let me know if we're going to head into the well, so I can watch your back. Wonder if any discovery reports have come in while we were away.
Sorry for the wait, everyone. Got a little held up on Vectera.
Barrett, we were worried sick.
Well, some of us were.
I see what you did there, Walter.
Have any
I know
new books
you've been
for me?
secretly crying into your piles of money just waiting for my return.
Actually, Walter has been complaining about you more than usual, which is always a sign when he's worried.
Don't start, Country.
Wait, is that? And to think the first artifact was taking up dust on the library shelf. Now look at them all. You feel it a bit, can't you? Ever since I found the second one, had the visions. Being around them is just comforting. So hey, I'm still not 100%, plus I feel guilty dragging you into all of this. Why don't I stick around? Help you get adjusted to the weird corners of the universe.
You're coming with me. Who's in charge of the frontier?
It doesn't really matter to me. Never get too attached to ships. After the 5th or 6th time one blows up and you get marooned. The romance fades. Plus the frontier is a Constellation ship. And you're one of us now. So it's just as much yours as mine at this point. Marvelous. You're handling this whole captain thing really well, you know. Okay. Right.
You know, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad. The Freestar Rangers. You did their dirty work and then some. So how'd you feel wearing the badge?
All the kids I grew up fantasized about this moment doesn't seem real.
The reality of the job is dirtier than cops and robbers on the playground. Me, I never cared much for being a ranger. Too many of them try to force the world to be only black and white when it's anything but. Take Ron Hope. I mean, the guy's a legend. Before him, Polvo was a desperate, depressing place. Everything he did was to keep his people employed, to keep Hope Tech standing in a backstabbing world of megacorp politics. Not many of us can create something like he did. Tough calling what to do with Ron Hope. Taking his hush money wouldn't have set right with me. But I wonder what's gonna happen to Hopetown without him.
Hopefully the company pulls through.
Fingers crossed. As much fun as it is being a ranger, I hope you can start focusing on Constellation business. There's plenty of mysteries left in the good old Milky Way to discover.
What? If we leave a few things here and make a second trip.
Return of the Interceptor broke box office records with its release. The latest Interceptor movie.
There's nothing. There's something to be said. Please, take...
Never mind. Sorry. Of course. I have room for that. Looking for something? Right. Later.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained. Welcome to UC. Yes. Back to it then.
My source is back. Here to report anything else? You have another story for me? You certainly get around. I'm surprised that branch has any customers left, the number of times it's been held up. But I thought the Rangers had finally managed to get a handle on it. I heard there was a standoff. That true?
First time there. Welcome to Aquila. Don't mind the robbery.
I hear the robbers are provided free of charge. All part of the service. What happened to the robbers? The Shaw gang?
The Marshal and I worked together, and the gang were all arrested.
I'm sure he was thankful for your assistance. These things are often messy. Any customers or Galbank staff get hurt?
Thankfully, there were no casualties, not even any injuries I know of.
That's really good news. Usually, well, it's a different kind of story. You were there. You were involved in resolving it. Any comment on the Freestar Rangers? Having another high-profile robbery in their own backyard is a bit of a black eye.
Rangers stopped it from turning into a massacre.
Huh. That's really good to know. Stories like this always fire up public outrage and appetite. Thanks for the interview. And take this. If you have a news story for me, I'm very happy to pay your fee.
I have an inside story about the death of Ron Hope.
What a sordid mess. You've got some other sources we've been interviewing, but I'd love to get your take on the record. So there was a mercenary company, the First, and they were involved in taking farmlands from Freestar Collective families. Extortion, death threats, murder, all of it. Is that right?
Who's the other source? The Hope Tech foreman? Burgett?
Not going to say. I will never, ever give up my source. If anybody asks about you, they get the same answer.
What the First did was unforgivable.
I genuinely don't know how people like that can live with themselves. So all of that? Terrible. But Ron Hope, the Ron Hope, was involved with it at the highest level. All of that suffering was a plot to save Hope Tech from going under using the side effects of a fertilizer he developed. Let me be blunt. The other sources say you killed Ron Hope. Is that correct?
I only killed Ron Hope after he tried bribing me, and worse.
And all that money didn't help in the end. After all of that, the future of Hope Tech is an open question. Their stock has already taken a beating. Not sure if it's going to go into freefall. Any comment?
Despite what Ron Hope did, Hope Tech is a great company. I know it will weather this storm.
For what it's worth, I'm rooting for them too. Thanks. If you listen to the news, you'll definitely hear this. And, maybe try not to ice any more CEOs. Just a thought.
Well, it wasn't the fact that he was a CEO, it was more the fact that he was on the fucking council. And they were like, yeah, we don't want you to fuck with the people on the council, and I was like, well... Right, that's where I'm going to end, as we're just coming up on 3.5 hours. It's 8:45 in the evening for me, so I need to get some food, take a break, cool down a bit as it's bloody hot again, and you can hear my fan going. So yeah, have a good morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are in the world. I hope you tune in next time. Bye. Bye.